Terry Rozier and Kyle Lowry.
Mm. My bad, I did it again.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry.
We just talked about that the other day, didn't we?
They get traded for each other. Um, what was that? Apparently, the way that the trade breaks down is it's Kyle Lowry, Terry Rozier, and the Heat had to send back a 2027 first round pick
Protected. With some
Yep.
protections on it.
with some protections on it.
Yeah.
As I am being told, it is a fire sale in Charlotte. The only two people that are safe. And shouts out to this guy. Shouts out to this guy. Are LaMelo Ball, not him, but Brandon Miller. Shout out
Yeah.
to Brandon Miller.
Isn't there a fire sale
Wow.
in Washington too?
Yeah, there's a fire
Who the
sale.
you selling?
I'm just
Oh,
saying, they just
Washington,
had a fire
couple.
sale. They having another one?
Denny Avia.
I say Denny, Daniel Gafford. I mean, that's a budget. That's a center that's getting paid like what, 14 to 15 mil. And he's not that bad of a center. That's a cool little center to have. Kuz, fire sale on
Cool.
Kuz. Yeah, Kuz moves
Pool.
first. Now they're selling pools, bro.
Mm,
They're selling pools.
The only
That's
report I
wild.
heard is Kalabali. He's the only one that's
Malak.
untouchable. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, you
Shout
can
out
get you
Malak.
a cool little second round pick for some of them names right there.
So what do we think about Charlotte, the Wizards? Well, the trade and these bottom feeder teams in fire sale mode.
Well, let me say, I'm glad to see Terry Rozier getting a chance to play meaningful basketball again. I think that's a great pickup for the Heat, especially seeing how they basically said, F giving up everything for a guy like DeJounte because you're asking for too much. We can just go throw Kyle Lowry at Terry Rozier and be fine and have the upgrade that we're looking for. I like that. Don't know what this does for the Hornets. Seeing the only thing I can hope for the Hornets is, I mean, uh, I don't see anything for the Hornets. I don't know. Maybe for the
Kyle
simple
Lowry's an
fact
expiring
of
contract. So
he is an expiring contract and they're trying to move him somewhere else. Hey, Atlanta, maybe this is the third team destination for no, because
DeJounte.
Atlanta's drawback. No. Atlanta's drawback for trading DeJounte to the Lakers is they don't want D'Lo. They want someone to ship D'Lo. Hey, Atlanta, ship D'Lo to Charlotte, get Kyle Lowry back for an expiring contract, and just say F it if you blown it up. If you having a fire sale, I think that settles everything, right? That's the best you're gonna get in my opinion. I don't know who wants D'Lo. Charlotte want him. Who the hell ain't going to Charlotte? Who is Charlotte not saying yes to at this point? Like F it, throw a pick in there, something like that, maybe. But I don't know what Charlotte's gonna do. I don't know who you're gonna just unload that contract to. You might have to buy it out. Like I don't know, unless he's just gonna ride on the bench like a 2020 John Wall. And the Wizards having a fire sale. I mean, it's the Wizards. It screams fire sale, so I'm not really surprised with that.
yeah, I'm personally happy for Terry Rozier. I had a tweet this offseason talking about, who do y'all think are the Aaron Gordons of the league now? Because for those who don't know, Aaron Gordon was like for a lot of for me at least was a player I thought was being wasted on a bad franchise, but could be a really good contributor on like a championship level team. I started off the third with Terry Rozier, and motherfuckers want to cook me. Say I'm a casual. I think Terry Rozier can't contribute to a contender. Now here we are, buddy. Yeah,
We'll find
yeah.
out.
No, we will. We will. I've seen it before. He already has contributed to a contender, and he can do it again. It is bittersweet for me that it's Miami out of all fucking teams. But yeah, I'm happy for my guy T Roro, Scary Terry, for the Hornets again. They got an expiring contract, first round draft pick. I'm just glad for these like teams establishing these young teams establishing their core. Um, and like giving the proper players proper minutes. So I'm happy for the Hornets on that front. I think it's a great trade for the Heat. Does it move the needle? They stay about the same. I ain't gonna lie. Not
Mm.
that they're in a bad tier to me, but he adds a different dynamic to their team. But in the grand scheme of things, I
No,
think
no funny
they
shit.
still
They
stay
just
about the
secured.
same.
They just secured that they could beat the Bucks. Not necessarily off just the Terry Rozier move. If the Bucks get Doc Rivers, I'm being dead ass too. Healthy Tyler Hero, yeah, it's done.
Yeah. No, I've said it going into the season as well, man. The Heat are still a threat. Those people who thought the Heat were gonna fall off going into the season because they lost Gabe Vincent and Max Struess. Y'all were bugging. Tyler Hero was coming back. Duncan Robinson is having a resurgent year. Max Struess also fooled y'all. Same thing with Gabe Vincent. They found Jaime in the draft. And now they got Terry Rozier instead of Kyle Lowry. They're a much better team this year than they were last year, and they made the finals last year. So
I actually disagree with what you said in terms of moving the needle. I think they definitely did move the needle. I think Kyle Lowry, a lot of Heat fans, a lot of Heat fans will scream up and down. I think Kyle Lowry just wasn't that good of a player. And not only did you get back a good player, but you actually got a really underrated player in Terry Rozier nowadays. Um, he's obviously in a win now situation. He knows clearly, or at least hope he knows, he is not the one or even the two in terms of scoring the ball. Now, he could potentially be the third. That's actually a somewhat debate. But reality of the situation is they got a point guard that, if anything, he can move the ball, create his own shot, and even fuck around and create some looks for others. Kyle Lowry this season hasn't been doing that much. And then when you take away the he can draw charges memes, now he really is just, I mean, look at the numbers. I don't even need to really justify it any further than he's averaging 8 and 4 on 42-38. Terry Rozier, on the other hand, is dwarfing that. Now, obviously, he won't be in Miami averaging 23 and 6. But first of all, I think he will average 6 points. Let me take that 6 assists. Let me take that back. But if you're essentially upping the volume significantly with way better efficiency, Miami definitely got way better to me. I think they were a team that could potentially be bounced out in the first round even. To now, I would say, what the fuck if Miami didn't make it to the second round bare minimum. And I think they can pretty much compete with anybody given how the East isn't really exactly a curb stomp outside of the Boston Celtics, who are the team that I always say just steps on their own foot for no reason. Talking about the other teams in the lottery, or other teams that know they're not making the postseason going into fire sale mode, I actually love it. As the person who comes over here and says tanking is stupid, tanking is whatever, yeah, I think the idea of going into a season preparing to lose and wanting to lose is stupid. I've never been an advocate of, hey, my team sucks. We're the worst team in the league, but we got a bunch of 39-year-olds. Let's still ball and try to win games. That's stupid. Reality is, a lot of these teams do have assets. I was making fun of the Wizards because I'm from the area. Reality is, you can easily get compensation for a guy like Kyle Kuzma. Jordan Poole may just, hey, I know this is gonna get me cooked, but wallahi, Jordan Poole just ain't a fucking number one. All right, but like a number 4. A 6-man or something like that, he could probably actually be very sufficient in the role. We've seen him do that. I don't think the dude is just unplayable nowadays. He's just definitely not a fucking number one. And his value, it should be actually relatively cheap, which is the second reason I'm happy this is happening. We're going to see what good front offices look like, because this is a good front office move. Not rather than trying to get some Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker back in the day as superstar, but a small little cool little Terry pickup. We're going to see who is reaching for the players that are actually going to move the needle, help them win championship, and fill the gaps within these teams. Like, for example, and you know I got to do my Lakers reference for every NBA topic. But the Lakers going around trying to get Trae Young, I think this is stupid. I mean, if you can pull off a Trae Young, I mean, I'm going to hype it up when it happens. But reality, we need some role players. We need depth on this team. I've always been saying, the Lakers don't have a knockdown sniper. I don't give a fuck. We need to be good at something. Give me a knockdown. Give me a lockup defender. Do something. Get some role players on this team. And let's see exactly what role players you can get for a discounted price. We're going to see a lot about these championship level franchises real soon.
I just think, first of all, on the Terry Rozier thing, what Gilbert say about Bronny? He's got a Bugatti engine, and he's going to speed.
Just need no one to turn it on. Yeah,
You need no one to turn it on and off, man. And I ain't gonna lie. I guess in Charlotte, he had the Bugatti revving up, but it was just in the garage, and nobody really saw it. You know what I mean? You got those cars. They just stat sheet cars. You get all the readouts on them. Put it on a little machine and spin it up. Yeah, sound good, all that stuff. You just you never give it that runway. Terry, last time he got meaningful minutes in the playoffs, my dog was
cooking.
23 years old.
Didn't he have that meltdown with JB? I ain't gonna lie.
It was one game.
That's too much. That's too much.
I'm about to say, I ain't gonna lie now. He did have that meltdown, and
It was
then
a young Terry, man.
and then 2019 he weren't that good either. My drunk.
No. He averaged when he got actual minutes. When he averaged 34. What is it? When he averaged 37 minutes and played 19 games.
Okay.
Averaged 17, a steal, 6 assists,
Okay.
5 rebounds, and shot it pretty well as well. And he put down some of them old dudes. I ain't seen Eric Bledsoe since. So
I think he's also developed into being a
That's a
better
fact.
player. I'm just being devil's advocate a little bit. However, I ain't gonna lie. Saying he cooked last time he was there. I'm calling cap. Go ahead.
Very, very soon.
Not the
Terry
last-
Rozier or Jalen Brunson. We will be having these conversations.
Whoa. No, we're not.
Okay.
JB too Aki for him. But I ain't gonna lie, if they meet the Knicks, now Terry JB might have 35,
I'm
40.
saying, yeah, we can bring up the stats. Roll up the ball. Roll out the ball, man.
That's a roll out.
Yeah. Roll out the ball. Let's see who's
I'm
gonna play
not
better.
doing
Throw
this
for
with
it.
y'all. Terry Rozier is underrated. He is not better than Jalen Brunson at all.
Okay.
Okay, he is not. He's
Yeah,
not.
man. Jason Tatum's supposed to be better than Jimmy till you bought that rollout.
Okay.
Roll that ball out.
I think they're in a they were already comparable. Jalen Brunson's just better than Terry Rozier.
Okay.
He's just better than him. I don't okay.
That's not what I'm saying. Because I think Jalen Brunson is better than Terry Rozier.
I
But
think so too.
if you roll that ball out, hey,
Yeah.
Terry gonna go there with you.
Why is he not in the conversation?
It's gonna be
Right?
head and neck to neck. He ain't just gonna have 20 points be dropped on him, and he only scored 4. Oh no, he gonna shoot
Yeah,
that.
at least gonna shoot.
He gonna shoot that motherfucker. But also to these teams, I'm glad because I'm pro tanking. I'm glad, and this does look like smart GM moves. I'm not saying it in no way, shape, form, or fashion that the GMs over at Charlotte or the GM in Washington are like this, but this is very reminiscent of Danny Ainge coming in, looking around and saying, "Yeah, this ain't it right here. I ain't gonna lie, this ain't it. Let's clear house, okay? Let's get these picks up. And then we're gonna come in, build what we got, and guess what we're gonna do right after that? Clear house again, okay? That's exactly what we're gonna do. So sometimes you can just look at these guys and just say they're not it. Hey, Denny, you're not it. It was a mistake. Mark Williams, you're a good guy. You're just not it. Miles Bridges, we got the most out of you. We really did. PJ Washington too. You're not it. Same
Yeah.
thing with
OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
Daniel Crawford, OG Anunoby. Hey, OG, you're a good guy, man. Fred VanVleet, y'all some good kids, man. Really good kids.
And
I like
memes
those
aside,
guys
he
so
actually
risky.
has
I
been
don't
pretty
know.
good for New York. I'll even go further. I do hate when franchises who are bad try to like harp on their 1B to B plus player, and sometimes it's not even a B, it's like a C plus. Like for example, up here, whoa, bro, just don't give up Denny and we good. Fuck Denny. if someone comes around, yeah, 2 firsts for Denny, guess what I'm doing? Okay. All right, cool. Well, there it is. Because what was Danny Advija? I did not say his name right. I'm probably part-time racist. Don't mean to be. What does he provide for you? Like, what is he ever going to do? Is he going to be the face of your championship roster? No. Will you actually be able to properly utilize his talent, even if I am underrating him? Because will you be able to build a roster around him in the near time to actually compete? No. Okay, so what the fuck are you going to do? Nothing. Pack them up, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, I don't like when like Toronto Raptors fans, for example, were sitting here talking about, yo, we gotta die with OG Anunoby. Yeah, he is a championship player in terms of being a wing, but reality, you weren't gonna do nothing with him. Pack him up.
Remember when they was like, we want 6 first-round picks for OG?
That's what I'm saying. It's like what?
He's a good guy. We got the most out of him. And Thibodeau's about to run his legs into the ground too. Hey, you.
Ooh.
You want to watch NBA games with your favorite NBA creators? Let's keep it a buck. We have this thing called Playback TV. Go into your mobile app and type in Playback TV, or go on your desktop and type in playback.tv/LKIAB.
You're talking about JF Kennedy era, bro. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm 23 years old.
Because I'm telling you, you don't want to miss out on this extra content. Only on Playback.tv.